Hello friends, we are back for another installment of Melted Mixology, where we are working our way through the 10 brand new scents to the fall winter catalog, where I suggest some mixes for you to try and eventually vote on. More on that later. But for now, let's jump in with our first suggestion on Cranapple Crumble. It is Arctic Kiss. Messy handwriting here, nothing fancy to see, but fancy scent to try. If you like or dislike either one of these scents, this blend is amazing. It is the best of edible type of scent with body care type of scent. So good. I personally don't love Arctic Kiss because of that melon note that it has. I don't know why. It's just something with that melon note that turns me against it a little bit. But blending it with the Cranapple Crumble, it cuts that melon note and adds like an edible body care type scent with the combination. Very good. Highly recommend trying that. Next, I recommend mixing it with Around the Campfire. So, I'm not a huge fan of Around the Campfire either, but I've got some to use, so I may as well try it, and that's what I'm doing with pretty much all these scents. I'm trying everything with everything and picking my top 6-ish suggestions to share with you. So, it definitely still has, I'll say, about 60% Around the Campfire when you blend it with Cranapple Crumble. But it does smooth out that smokiness, and then it adds that smokiness to Cranapple Crumble. So you kind of get the best of both worlds there. But yeah, if you like that smoky note, but you want to kind of cream it up, sweeten it up, add those two together and let me know what you think. Next suggestion I have is Fairy Tale Pumpkin. Not a huge fan of Fairy Tale Pumpkin either, but mixing these two together, best of both worlds. That licorice note in Fairy Tale Pumpkin that I don't care for, I don't dislike it, but I don't like it either. It's kind of one of those, like, I'm not sure what that note is doing here in Fairy Tale Pumpkin. But adding Cranapple Crumble, it sweetens it up and it creams it out just a little bit. It makes it a very nice, enjoyable scent. So, by the way, I do a 1-to-1 ratio on these, but all of our noses are different. So, like, for example, this is a perfect example. I might get more Around the Campfire. Like I said, I get like 60% still Around the Campfire. But you may get more of the Cranapple Crumble and adjust accordingly to however you want. If you melt them 1-to-1 ratio and you want more Around the Campfire or you want more Cranapple Crumble, add another cube of whatever you want more of. But I suggest starting with a 1-to-1 ratio to then gauge kind of which one you want more of to customize it to your nose. So that's what I suggest. Next one we have to talk about is Cranapple Crumble mixed with First Day of Fall. And I like this because First Day of Fall for me personally has a little too much spice in it. It's too much for me to handle. I know some people don't think it has much at all. We're all different, right? But it makes it enjoyable for me because it does cut that spice note and again sweetens it up, creams it out, makes it almost edible type of scent. I like that mixture. That's how I can enjoy First Day of Fall. Next suggestion is Graham Cracker Crunch. I mean, I love graham cracker crunch. I think it's one of my favorite candy bars. I love it. 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 You know, I said at the beginning, I'm trying to think outside the box here. We can all mix things with sugar cookie and vanilla bean buttercream. And I'm beginning to think graham cracker crunch is kind of one of those too, that you can mix anything with it and it's good. So maybe I'm not thinking outside the box here, but I'm still suggesting it. Graham cracker crunch with the Cranapple craze. Oh, this is so good. It's kind of like, almost like a peanut butter and jelly. The Cranapple gives it that fruitiness, that sweetness, kind of like you're putting jelly with that peanut butter. But the whipped, whipped cream that's in Cranapple Crumble kind of gives that crunchy peanut butter note that's in graham cracker crunch, and kind of makes it a creamy or even a whipped peanut butter note. So yeah, highly recommend this combo. Even if you don't like bakery scents, graham cracker crunch is kind of a outside the bakery type of note, I feel like, because it's not, I don't know, I don't really know how to explain it, but anyway, it's definitely edible, but it's not your normal like edible cake or that type of scent. Anyway, moving on. Toasted acorn and oak. This is super interesting because it kind of gives it like a nut butter with a toasted note. So it's kind of like mixing several scents together. It's like mixing the graham cracker crunch because it kind of gives it that toasted, what note does it? Chestnut. So toasted acorn and oak has like a toasted chestnut. So you get like a toasted nut, the toastiness from kind of around the campfire. You get kind of a creamy nut note, kind of like graham cracker crunch. And then you get like a creaminess from the whipped cream and the Cranapple Crumble, and a sweetness from the cranberry and the apple. I don't know if any of that made sense that I just said, but either way, toasted acorn and oak is kind of like mixing around the campfire graham cracker crunch and Cranapple Crumble together. That's what I was getting at, I guess. Because you have that toasted note, you have that nutty note, and then of course you have Cranapple Crumble. So there, that's it. That's what I recommend. That's the 6 for Cranapple Crumble. Let me know if you try any of them. And for as far as the voting, I know this is weird and maybe this is totally gonna not work because I'm doing it this way, but we are gonna vote towards the end of the series, the 10 series installments that we have. So just be sure to subscribe so you can see when I post new videos, the new suggestions, and whenever we start voting. So until then, thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope you get to enjoy some of these mixes, and I'll see you in the next video, I guess, which is going to be Wednesday for my weekly wax meltdown. So I'll see you then. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.